Okay, so this is an exciting video really for us because it's the first player that I've seen that we have that can consistently stride to the pitcher but not go out into the bucket. Right, so his step is one that I'm really comfortable with because it's right to the pitcher. But what we want to take a look at here is does the swing start before the heel lands on the ground? Because if we're gonna step, we know that's really a timing mechanism. It's a bit of a help to shift weight, but really the swing should not be taking place before the heel of that front foot lands on the ground. So let's take a look at that. We're going to go to slow-mo, and we'll see where we are with this. So let's see. Yeah, so that's the issue here, right? And this is a small issue. I mean, we're getting into where we're kind of splitting hairs. We have a player here that may have the ability to be a very accomplished hitter, become a very accomplished hitter in the span of 2 or 3 years. So this is the kind of player that maybe we would split hairs with, right? So he's taking a nice stride here. Again, we wouldn't want that to be more than 6 inches, but we absolutely are seeing the swing start before the foot lands, and that's not great. Now, the other thing I'm seeing here is this knee here, this front leg. We actually want to step into what we call a stiff leg. So that would not be stiff, right? I mean, that looks to me like, I don't know, it's at about a 70-degree angle or something like that. Let's see how the swing finishes up. He still never is able to stiffen that leg. Certainly great that he made contact. I would say, yeah, you can kind of see that top hand's rolling over a little sooner than we want, but that's okay. So we've got the makings of somebody that's comfortable with the ball coming at them. We know we've got a batter here that can see the ball and can hit the ball. But there's some things to tighten up, especially that front leg. Let's get off a slow-mo and go through a couple swings here. Clear off that line. This player had what I would consider to be the best day they've had this entire preseason. Good eye there. That's really important at this age too. That we're comfortable taking balls. Let's see what we do here. Yes, so there's quite a bit of a lunge here. There's actually quite a bit of a head dip. So when I talk about head dip, that the head dip is a sign that we're not doing a real good job of swinging around our body. So you can see where the head comes off that line. Let's run that through. But what's great, what's so encouraging with this player is the turn, right? So some players it's hard to convince to turn, and we've got an outstanding turn here. It's just there's some other mechanics to get cleaned up. Let's keep it going. He does like that bat vibrator reduction little piece that he's got on the ball. So that ball was hit really right back at the pitcher, which is always exciting for somebody that likes to follow hitting. Let's see where this goes. I mean, you can see the ball right coming into the bat there. You couldn't really get to the ball at a better point than that. I mean, that's about perfect in terms of where we'd want to meet the baseball. I would say that the head is not exactly down in the hitting zone. So the head and this shoulder are maybe a little early in terms of where they are. So there's some work to do, but boy, it was a good day of making contact. for this player. Let's play the rest of that through. Oh, and you can see here where he actually is aware and he can feel. See, he picks up his back foot and he sets it back down. He's thinking to himself, right? He's thinking about what's the width of my stance. He's cognizant of his position in the batter's box, and that's a big deal at this age. So that was great to see, that little move right there. And then again, this is a ball that skips on the plate. And he's comfortable taking it. But you know, what we've got with this player that we just don't have with very many others right now is even when he takes, watch his foot, right? He just makes that quick little stride at the pitcher, but he is not stepping in the bucket, right? I mean, this is a player that is comfortable with the baseball coming at him, and he's right in the box. And that's just, on this team, we're struggling with that a little bit right now. So this is good stuff. This is, you know, there's things here that we can get cleaned up. But overall, this was a really good session.